We are in the car. We are on an outing. Together and alone without children. Ooh, that's really good. Anyways, hello. We are out today and we are at First Monday in Canton. And yes, I am in my car filming this, like an embarrassing moment for me. But that's okay. So I wanted to take you around because I've done a walkthrough of Canton before, and they have a couple plant spots, pretty much one plant stop that I like to make every month, and that is at the Tipsy Gardener. And so it is the spring show. It is March 1st, which is crazy, but their spring show I think is like this month and maybe next month. And so it's always like those are the good months because obviously spring flowers, plants, that starts to come about. And so I'm really excited to go in and see. They do have this like every month out of the year. So literally you could come in January, you could come in December, they will be here. And the vendors are not as many or as great, but they will be here, rain or shine, literally. And so this is a month like that everybody's here pretty much. So that's why I have not come since November probably of last year. And that's kind of when the Tipsy Gardener stops and slows down on what she brings plant wise. So she's still here, but she just doesn't have all the plants. So we're going to go in and we're going to get a view of just that whole setup of hers. And then I also love antiquing. I am a huge vintage fan. I'm a huge antique fan. And so I really love to go to their outdoor section and go vintage shopping. I don't come here for, say, the vendors inside unless I am with one of my family members who wants to go through all the little clothing boutiques. That's not my thing. I love going out and seeing what good brass pieces I can find and just different items. So I'm going to show you around through that. And yeah, so if you're new here, this is a channel where I talk about houseplants and do DIY sometimes. So take a minute and subscribe. Otherwise, sit back and let's go see what they have. First off, we always visit the arbors. So this is where the Tipsy Gardener sets up. So you just pass all these carousels and things, I don't even know what sometimes is set up here, but then you just go straight through and straight down this first row, and there you will find the Tipsy Gardener. However, I had to stop because this cabinet is beautiful. I have actually been looking for an all glass metal cabinet, but anyways, moving on, go straight down this row and you will see the plants. He always has them so nicely arranged and set up, and always has them labeled, which I really appreciate for any plant store. The worst thing you can go to is look at a plant, not know what it is, but she has them all labeled, gives care instructions, and then she will also list out which are more rare plants or uncommon plants, and then those that are not listed as that, they're just common plants, but these were mostly rare plants. Easy plants, which I really appreciate that too, is if you're a new plant person and you don't know what to look for, she kind of has them separated. I thought these little Hoya Hindu ropes were very pretty. They were the variegated version. And so many little Ring of Fires that were a great price, $18, along with the Philodendron Tortum. I had been looking for one of those, and of course she has one after I just purchased one, but it's okay. So she had a bunch of Hoya available, and then these giant staghorn ferns. If I had a place to mount one of these, I absolutely would. I love staghorn ferns. I had them mounted in my last home, but we just don't get the light for them, and so I had to pass. But these jungle boogies were also massive and so pretty. She just has a ton of varieties of plants, anywhere from, again, common to rare to easy to care for to more difficult to care for. Some of these plants require more light than others, so just a great arrangement of plants. That's really all I look at inside, and then next I head outside because, as you can already start to see, there are plants galore. So a lot of succulents and outdoor plants are found here. You're not going to find your typical house plants. However, they do have some unique, again, succulents, cacti, string of pearls. They have some monsteras. A few times I have seen them, like the deliciosas. I also found thaumatophyllums at this place, along with some fuzzy cactus. So you can find some larger houseplants out here. This is actually where I also found my string of dolphins last year, but it's no longer with us. But a lot of flowers, so if you are looking for ferns and things for spring, it's a great time to check them outside and see what they have. They had a ton of string of pearls and just string of things. They had a lot of string of bananas and tears, but plants, trees, you name it, they've got it. And then I always love to come down to the vintage section. So this may not look like much, but you can get some pretty good pickings here. So I always find these brass dishes. I love to use them for my plants, and just brass candlesticks, pretty much anything brass I collect. So these are always where I am found. I always love to go searching to see what I can find at these areas. Then again, I always love looking at their furniture. I thought this table was very pretty. It was marble. Then I spotted this barley twist, I believe, plant stand, and I thought it was very cute find for $20. I honestly spent about 3 hours here going down each aisle. Again, this is the outdoor antique and vintage section, so it is towards the back, away from the actual like pavilions, but you can get lost in here. There is so much stuff, so many unique and cool finds. I found my bar stools here. They are woven or rattan swivel bar stools for $100 for 4 of them, I believe. And so I always look here, this beautiful, beautiful like vanity or desk, whatever you wanted to use it as. And then just all this antique furniture is so fun to go through and look at. I, again, really enjoy looking at vintage pieces and seeing what I can find to place into my home. That is what I typically like to decorate with. Now, some of the Victorian stuff I'm not about, but this type of furniture, again, these like wooden legs, I was actually searching for this twist, or I'm not really sure what you call it. I would have gotten this table. However, it was split and it was $95, wasn't willing to pay for that. This one was $75, and I still thought that was a bit pricey for what it was, but I am still on the hunt for little side tables matching that look like that. But this place has a ton of just beautiful vintage pieces that you could definitely bring back to life. So that was pretty much it. Again, I spent about 3 hours by myself here. It was lovely. So now let's go see what I've got. Okay, welcome to in person. So it's a new day, it's a different day. I went to First Monday on Friday, and I honestly didn't get much. There were a few things that I saw and would have gotten, but I just held back. So some vintage finds that were really cute. The little goose that was the ring holder, I thought that was really adorable. It was $10, and I was really tempted to purchase that, but decided against it. And it would actually have been useful because currently I just hang my rings on a necklace holder. But I did get 2 plants, neither of which are for myself, but I'll show what they are. And it's actually the same plant. So I think their big spring show is next month in April. They did have a ton of people there though at this last March show that ends today, Sunday, the March 3rd, is it? But anyways, the Tipsy Gardener did have some really cool plants. Like there was a philodendron urbanescens. I don't really know how to pronounce that one. It is really pretty. I actually thought that was my unnamed philodendron. So I have an unnamed philodendron. I don't know what it is. It came to me as a tangled mess, but I actually thought it was like a green urbanescence, and this that she had was a red one. But anyways, I thought it was interesting. I thought it was a cool plant. They had huge baskets of Hoya Hindu rope variegated. I would have loved to have one of those, and I would have purchased one. I am not a Hoya person. I've had Hoya in the past, but I had to get rid of them because I did not have the light for them. And so I would have loved that Hindu rope. That would have been so pretty, and the variegation on it was really stunning, like with its red. But I knew it wouldn't survive in my house. And so there were few other plants that I was like, oh, I'd totally get one, but most of them I already have or had. And so I just decided not to do it. But the ones I did get is this philodendron, or gosh, I'm just on a philodendron kick, this pothos, enjoy. So this is actually going to a friend who wanted one, and they are a little bit harder to come by. If you see them in your big box stores, grab them, because I saw them a couple years ago, maybe a year or two ago, for $10 in a big basket. That was really a good price, and I didn't buy any of them. I really should have, but I have two. I have a little one, Enjoy, that I purchased years ago, and purchased it from a plant store for probably too much. I think it was like $15. So these were $8. And I thought this was a really good deal for a 4-inch pot. And then I also got, hold on, this big guy. So this one was $14. This is like a 8-inch pot probably. I'm actually going to take this one and chop it up, as I get called Mom 100 times. Chop it up and start propagating it, because again, it is such a hard plant to seem to find. And when you do find them, again, grab it. But I am going to propagate this one, chop it all up and propagate it. The last thing I bought that was actually for myself was the small little plant stand. So I purchased the wooden plant stand. I'll put the video here. I decided to get it because I'm really into, I think it's called the barley twist. I don't know. But that twisting on the wood, I think it's very pretty. And so it was 20 bucks. It is like the top part of it is kind of off, so I will need to wood glue it down. Otherwise, it was in really good condition, and it's going to fit a little 4-inch plant perfectly. So I thought it was really cute. I picked that up, and there was a table that I really wanted, but it was $90. I wasn't about to pay for $90 for it. Because it was split down the middle. So I would have had to do some work on it, and I wasn't willing to pay $90 and then also have to basically re-put it back together. So I did not purchase that, but it also had a barley twist to it. So that's what I'm looking for currently. I go there and I have specifics in mind of what I want. And so right now I'm looking for some barley end tables, and they are a bit more hard to find. And yes, you could go out and buy them new, but they're expensive. They're just even more expensive. And I really like collecting vintage items. So, yes, so that was what I was searching for. So I was glad I found the little side table. I thought that was really cute, or plant stand. I thought it was really cute and a good find. 20 bucks. It's not bad for a stand in general these days. So that was about it. That was really it. I was trying to think of what else, but there were other few things that if I had room for, I would love to have. I think she had some really big, I believe, I meant to ask her, I did not, at the Tipsy Gardener. I think she had some painted ladies, like in really large baskets. I think that's what those were. I could be wrong. And then she had really large jungle boogies, which are really cool. But I do not have the room for those, so I passed on it, but are a fun find if you are searching for one of those. So definitely check out if you're in the area the next month's first Monday. It is coming up at the end of this month, I think, and so it is a weird schedule. It's the first Monday of each month. That's when it happens, but definitely check out their website so that you can know, because some of them happen in the months prior, start, the month prior. That was it. Let me know what you would have gotten in the comments. Make sure to subscribe, and we will see you next time.